Okay. Hey, welcome. Yes, this is not YuGiOh. This is Union Arena, right? I've been talking about this. I have been playing this new TCG named Union Arena. It's just a character card game, so nothing that's special, but it's been pretty fun so far. And so I decided to get boxes. I got a bunch of Bleach, but now we have JJK coming out, right? I didn't get any Hunter, of course, because I'm not really a big fan of Hunter. But that said, as usual, we'll just get right into it, right? Because I love opening boxes. This set is weird. There's no, if you're aware of Union Arena, they have like signature cards, which is, I guess, I don't know if that's a Bandai thing, but at least for Bleach and Hunter, they had signature cards, but for some reason, this set does not. They announced that they didn't have signature cards, and that their 3-star would be a, what do you call it? The 3-star would be like a serialized card, which after seeing it, I think it's kind of lame, to be honest. I don't really care about signatures that much. I just think that they don't really do much to the value of the card, especially if it doesn't really change the art that much, which I think like the color schemes and stuff is like okay. It's like a red background, but like it's just an okay card. But that said, right, so each pack, we'll just go off to this. So this is a box topper. I guess that's a typical Bandai thing. I'm not used to, because I open like Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff. But they have a box topper. It's like one of 6 cards. They always come in foil. They're all commons. They even show all the cards that are going to be in the box toppers for potential stuff. Each box is 16 packs. Each pack is 12 cards. One of the cards is a foil. If it's like Bleach and Hunter, then it's going to be 5 to 6 SRs, right? Which is kind of like their high rare. It's kind of like their secret rares, I guess, if you're thinking of like Yu-Gi-Oh. And then you have a chance of pulling like 1 to 2 alt arts, I guess, on average. But again, this is JJK, so I'm not entirely sure if they change things. So this is going to be blue, yellow, purple. That's our first sets. So we will get different color in part 2 for this, but let's see what we can get. Obviously for this, I'm just trying to build blue, because it's just gonna be the best deck. But also, I like JJK enough that I want to build all of it. So first rare, we have Nobara. That's pretty nice. And then we have the SR Megumi. Now, the thing about this is, after opening Bleach, it was pretty mappable. You could figure out where the SRs are. This was the first pack off the top. So I'm going to open the next one on the left side off the top and then see how it works. See if it's also mappable. If it's mappable, that's kind of unfortunate, but I mean, from what I've seen, stores are mostly selling by boxes and not like packs. So that's kind of nice, but things being mappable is just really unfortunate because people can just snipe the good stuff. So this was off the top. Panda, we have a Sakuna, and we have the Todo. Not that mappable, but again, this is only the first box, so we'll have to see. Also, I mean, this pack was open easily, but I've been having trouble with opening these packs. These are just kind of tough, but maybe that's just because I'm just so used to Yu-Gi-Oh opening so much that their packs are just easier to open than anything else. Even Pokemon can be kind of a struggle. We have Panda, and we have Kasumi Miwa. That's actually kind of nice. I do want to build a Kyoto School. I don't know if I want to build Cursed Spirits. Not because they're, like, not great, but just because I don't care about them as much as, like, Kyoto School, right? The Gojo deck for yellow might be kind of interesting, but it's not that great. Yellow is just a really awkward color right now. Part 2 kind of helps it out, but it's just still a really awkward color when you compare it to everything else. We have Satoru Gojo, and we have Toge Inu Maki. Okay, so we have 1 SR so far. That's expected. I mean, yeah. Oh, the funny thing, the back of here. This indicates it's called an AP card for the game. There's 1 to 2 AP cards, I think, per box, and then per case, it's 1 AP foil card. Sounds really stupid, and it is. Because imagine opening boxes, you get an AP card, and it's like a foil, and like, oh, that's pretty cool, I guess. And they go for a decent amount, but like, if you're just trying to like fill out a playset, that's gonna be such a pain in the ass. This is not a foil, unfortunately. It does look kind of funny, but that is our 1 AP card. We should have another one in here. So 2 SRs, 1 AP card. I did get 8 boxes. I got half a case. The thing about this is, I didn't realize this because, again, I'm just so used to Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh! They're way cheaper when it comes to cases. A case, I'm granted, it's like 16 boxes, I believe, per case. But, and like 12 cards per pack and then whatever. So it's more cards per pack, whatever. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. But to me, it felt kind of weird because the cases are pretty expensive. They're like like $1,200 or like $1,400, I guess. I think because One Piece is about that same price, and so is Union, which I think is way too much. Like, and the problem is value-wise, you aren't really getting that much value. This is a new TCG, so there is that going for it, but the value of it's not that good. Like when we looked at Bleach, we were playing Bleach Hunter and stuff. Like the value was not that great overall. Okay, so first off, this is our first alt art. So with Bleach and Hunter, they had like SIGs, right? Like you can see like outlines of characters more present. Here you can kind of see like the gold behind Todo. But yes, this is an SR plus. If you can see by the star there. There's about 1 to 2 of these per box. So this is a pretty nice one though, since I am going to build that deck. But yeah, back to what I was saying. The MSRP is like a lot more expensive for like cases. So I don't think I would really ever do a case unless it was like an IP that I really liked. Like we know a lot of IPs coming out up until June, I believe, of next year. But honestly, the only thing I'd probably get a case for is like Nikkei. But that's because I really like the game itself. And also, I mean, yeah, that's really it. I just really like the game. That's why I'm going to get it, even though it's probably not going to be worth it, right? Because like each case, you have like 1 star, 2 stars, and 3 stars, right? And I just pulled 1 star. It's 1 2-star per case, and then the 3-star is random. But on average, apparently, based on, I guess, like pull rates, it's like 1 every like 4 or 5 cases, which is awful. You pull a SIG in like 4 cases. Imagine if you, first of all, imagine if you get to buy that many. But then okay, this is really good. That's a nice UG right there. But imagine opening like 4 or 5 cases. You get 1 SIG, and the SIG is only worth like, what, like $1,000, $2,000, I guess, at most. Like you'd be lucky if you got $2,000. I mean, the value you're getting back is not gonna be worth it. Obviously, if you're gonna be getting cards, you should just be getting singles. Opening packs is for fun, of course, but it's, I guess like it feels weird because like when you look at Yu-Gi-Oh, you have a lot of high value stuff that you can just pull and like make your money back on the box. Pokemon can definitely be the same way, especially for like SIRs, even IRs, right? But this new TCG doesn't really do that. It's just because it's a typical character card game, so almost like Weiss in a way. So okay, Ghetto, that's pretty cool. I need to put him somewhere else. I'll put him, yeah, I'll put him right here. There you go. I need to separate my SR plus actually. But yeah, there's a second AP. I already forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, like you get like the IRs, the SIRs from Pokemon. It's like you can get value out of that. This one doesn't really have value. Even the alt arts aren't worth that much. Like the only things that are worth money is like the super high rarity stuff, like the 2, the 3 stars, and even then, like you're not guaranteed to pull those, and your pull rate's really bad. We have a Nobra, and we have a second AP. This is not a foil, unfortunately, so, but it is what it is. Again, it is 1 per case. Why it's 1 per case, I don't know. I think it's really stupid. Because for this game, unlike One Piece, you have only up to 3 action points. Yes, you can like refresh them and stuff, but you only get like 3 action points. So pulling 1 foil just seems kind of weird. I mean, I guess because you only have 3, it makes some sense. But at the same time, like, dude, am I really going to want to pull like an AP card, like foil, of all the other cards I can pull? Like, unironically, I guess the foils can be nice. Like, I mean, this is cool. It's not like the foil I was thinking about, but foils can be nice, but I'm just more thinking of, like, I'd rather pull, like, an SR, honestly. I'd rather pull a playable card than, like, an AP card. I don't think I cared that much about the AP cards, except for when Nikkei comes out, but, like, who knows if that'll ever come, because that's in JP right now, because Japan's obviously way ahead of the TCG in terms of sets, but, like, even then, like, I don't think it matters that much. Like, there's not really any value to it. You just get it for yourself, but, like, having to get, like, a playset of these would have to be, like, an absolute pain in the ass, to be honest. Like, I can't imagine it'd be fun trying to pull for APs. And the thing is, even the structure decks are the same. So YuGiOh, as people probably already know, is that they're going to do that for the Blue Eyes of Destiny structure deck releasing next year, January, I think. So they're going to do it where 3 of the cards can be quarter centuries instead. So they have that RNG to it, obviously. But I personally don't really like that. I think it's really stupid. But, you know, they do whatever. I guess it draws people into buying structure decks, I guess. But I think the RNG nature, when it comes to structure decks especially, is really dumb. I think, like, what's the point? I guess it gets people to buy more of them, but then what's the point? You only ever need, like, 2 structure decks at the same time. For this game, for YuGiOh, any TCGs, like, you only ever need, like, 1 or 2 structure decks anyways. It doesn't really matter. Well, 1 structure deck to make it playable, 2 to make it, more consistent, I guess. But wow, we pulled. That was all the packs, actually. That's surprising. I only pulled one altar. Yeah, it's like 1 to 2 altars. That makes sense, but still. Kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. I am going to have such a hard time. I have... The problem with opening boxes, as usual, is just that you just get a bunch of bulk. Okay, I'm going to put this like this. I'm going to separate this. The box topper will be over there. We'll just do the rares here. We'll do the yellow rares there. And then we'll do the purple rares over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 SRs, and the 6th one was an alt art. Okay, not bad, not bad. And then 2 AP cards. All right. Second box opening. I just love opening boxes. It's so weird because I know Code Geass is not going to be releasing after this. It's actually releasing in a couple of weeks. Gonna be building that one too. Not that I'm the biggest Code Geass fan, but because the Union battles come out, so I'm just gonna prepare a deck for that. Technically, they have Union battles. It's like you get, if you win, or you get like top 4 or whatever, you get like special cards, right? But for Union, they have like special rarities, which is really nice. But you can only play in the certain IPs that you participate in. So if you go into the Bleach Union battle, you can only play Bleach decks. Same with Hunter, same with all that. Technically, I should build a Hunter deck just in case. That's a nice foil Yuji. I'm definitely going to need that. Technically, I should build Hunter, but I just don't care enough about the IP that I really want to build it that much. But I mean, fair game. If people people like it, that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm just not a biggest fan of it, so I'm not gonna build for it. Code Geass, I'm like okay with, but I also really like the decks in it. Like yellow, red, purple, really fun decks, and then green is just super busted, to be honest. All right, Moment Shrine, Yuji. Oh, that's something to mention. So first AP card, not foil, unfortunately. And we have a Nobra. So, if anyone's been playing Union, you're aware, we do have the pair ban, unfortunately. So you cannot play this card and the 4-cost Sukuna in the same deck. You can only play one or the other. It reduces its consistency. Wow, second AP card already. Reduces its consistency, which is fine. It's fair, but, you know, everyone's just going to play 4 Sukuna anyways. There's no point in playing this Yuji ever over the Sukuna, right? So, but if we follow JP, what will happen is the pair ban will be lifted by part 2, probably. And then we'll get to play both, but Sukuna will be limited to 2 instead of 4. So, definitely reduces that consistency. Another AP, not a foil. It is what it is, right? I can't really do anything about that. Oh my god, I am... Okay. Wow, 2 APs off the... Okay, well, it is what it is. Again, I don't really like pulling the APs. Like, the APs I'm using now are technically not legal. I'm using... Which is a really stupid rule, by the way. You can't use AP cards. Even if they're official AP cards from Japan, you have to use TCG only, which I think is really stupid. Just because we don't have that many AP cards, I don't think any of the ones now look that great. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. But I'm just using... Luckily, we're at local, so, like, people don't really mind it. But I just don't... I just find that a really stupid rule. Because, like, YuGiOh will be like, oh, you can use, like, a field center. As long as it's, like, not mistaken for, like, an actual card. Or you can use, whatever. I guess, like, the same rule. You use whatever sleeves and playmats. But then, like... I guess Pokemon? No, Pokemon, you're a lot... Technically, people have, like, plushies on their, like, playmats sometimes, too. But, like, you can use, like, whatever sleeves, all that stuff. I think Union's the same way. You can use whatever sleeves, just your AP cards would be different, which I think is really stupid. I guess it gets people to buy into this stuff so that they can get AP cards for this. But I'm like... These, like, look okay to me. I just like Nikkei a lot more. That's why. It's, like, my favorite IP that they've released for the Union Arena, at least. I also do actively play it, but that's a different thing. But we have... Okay, but first Kento, jeez. So I can actually play this build. It's not bad. This is a weird card, because it's like one of those... It has to be like, oh, less than 15 cards in your deck, and then it does a bunch of stuff, which is like really awkward. You're having to mill your deck pretty fast, and it's like, well, when you're trying to mill a 50-card deck, it's not exactly the easiest thing, but... in practice, it's like, okay, it's not that good, but I just think it's a fun build, which I'll probably play. More likely just play the meta build, to be honest, especially if I'm trying to, prepare for the, what do you call it? The Union battles, yeah. Which will be interesting, because everyone's just going to play the meta decks anyways, which is expected, right? Because you want to win those Union rare cards. I've been doing okay at my locals. I'm not the best by far. I'm just like okay, but hopefully I can get better by the time the Union Battles comes out. Which is weird because this card game, while fun, is similar to Pokemon in which there is nice. In which there is some level of luck to it. Unlike Pokemon where you prize your cards, so sometimes you have crucial cards that are just in your prize, and you have to basically win them back. This game has a life system, which is, I guess, typical, like, other Bandai games. Which I don't know if I'm a big fan of. Like, I guess, like, because some cards, like, you see on the bottom, like, they have, like, trigger effects. So, like, if they're in your life, you take a life, you use this. This is, like, a special that you use. But it feels kind of weird, because it's like, oh, I can have crucial cards that I'd rather have in my hand. Just in my life, I guess. Which I don't know if I like as a system. Again, like, Yu-Gi-Oh is weird because, like, right now the metagame is kind of stale and boring, but the way Yu-Gi-Oh works is a lot more fun and consistent than, like, other games. Like, there is luck, obviously, but it's like you're not prizing, like, your good cards, right? You're just, like, hoping you draw into 5 that are pretty good, but you have a bunch of cards that get you started and get you going with, like, your combos and stuff. Because the Pokemon's like luck. This game is also pretty luck-based. Like, you'll have stuff in your life sometimes that have no triggers, and you're like, cool, I just can't really do anything. It's a weird game. It's a new developing game, though. So, you know, it feels kind of weird right now. But, I mean, I think it's still a fun game that you should give a try. Especially if there's an IP that you really like. We have the Sukuna here. This is garbage. I've seen people play it. I think he's genuinely garbage. You're wasting 2 AP just to play him. Like, on play, depending on how many Sukuna fingers you have in your discard, like, it can bounce back up to 3. But, like, oh, man, like, 2 AP for that? Like, I don't even know if that matters that much. I guess it's, like, a game closer, but it just feels like meh. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's actually pretty good. I mean, technically, you do need Sukuna names if you're going to take advantage of, like, Malevolent Shrine, which Malevolent Shrine itself seems kind of mid. I've seen people be like, why aren't people playing 2 of these or more? Well, it's like, well, it's a site. It's 1 energy gen. It's kind of okay-ish, but, like, you can only use it on Sukuna and nothing else. We have a 4-star here, and, this is a parallel rare. So you have your regular rare cards. This is just an alt art of it, which is kind of nice. So we have a Gojo. Kind of sick, actually. We're going to put that on the side over there. So we have 1 alt art. This is 2 boxes in. I've only pulled 1 alt art. I've pulled a bunch of SRs. I was not counting, unfortunately. Oh man, I gotta do so much today. I have a pre-release to get to later, and then I have to build this deck, honestly, if I'm going to play it. Which I probably will, assuming it's legal. I think it's legal, actually. I'll probably just build it anyways before I go. Okay, so we have, after this, 2 more packs. So this is the 3rd pack left. Mahito, Yuji. It's actually exciting because, I mean, I like JJK. It's not my favorite, but it's in a pretty good anime so far. So pretty excited about the next arc that they're going to adapt. We have another parallel rare. Okay, so this is the second one. That's actually pretty fitting that I pulled Gojo and I pulled Geto. Very fitting that I pulled the 2 parallels for them. So that's nice. But yeah, I like JJK. I'm very excited for the part 2 for this game and for when they do the I guess spoiler alert. That's weird right there. Okay. Sorry, something on my phone. And I'm excited for when they do the Culling game arc. That'll be really fun. Just because I've read the manga. Usually I read the manga of shows before I like watch them and stuff. Just because I generally start with them first. But that should be a very fun arc. Because, Shibuya Incident, very good arc, and it gets better. Well, it gets better and worse. I won't say anything more. But in my opinion, I think it's like technically okay overall. But it's one of those things where it's a strong start, okay finish, I guess. Don't worry, it's not much of a spoiler, so you won't know what I'm talking about anyways. Well, except for the Ghettos, Gojo thing. But that's, it is what it is. Alright. So, God, organizing this is going to be such a pain in the ass. Why did I decide to record this? I didn't record my Bleach stuff, but to be fair, I opened most of my Bleach stuff at the stores. Because it's obviously fun to open boxes and packs with other people around, right? Especially if you're trying to sell stuff. But, just put that there. But I just wanted to record this at home. It just makes it easier, especially since I have a tripod. Despite the tripod being really awkward because I did get a new phone and the phone's a lot bigger, so it makes it really awkward. But it's just easier to record at home than in person, because then I had to bring a tripod, which I don't actually have a standing tripod, so. Okay, what did we pull? Sukuna, Nanami, Nobara, Gojo, Geto, Mahito, and then we pulled the 2 parallel runners. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, third box it is. But yeah, so 5, 6 SRs, still the same, looks like. I mean, granted, it's only the second box, but I have a feeling it is the same rate. So 5 to 6 SRs, 1 to 2 alt arts, and then 1 to 2 AP. I think 1 to 2 AP, but I've generally been seeing 2, but I'm sure it's like 1 to 2 is more accurate to say. Okay. God, putting these boxes up is so tiring. My scissors. Okay. Hoping for UGs. Okay, Mahito. That's okay. The deck I'm not going to build probably, but it is what it is. Yeah, I just need the UGs actually. There are Judge foils, I know that, but I don't think I care about first pack, and it's an AP. Okay, the APs just love me today, I guess. UG. Yeah, I think I could probably build my deck. God, I need the SRs was a problem, but we'll see. Not a foil AP, unfortunately. I'm hoping to pull one just so I can actually show off what it looks like. But again, 1 per case. I only got 8 boxes, and like each case is 16 boxes. So hey, whoever picks up those other 8 boxes, congrats. Maybe you got all the good stuff. You probably got the 2-star too. Although, to be fair, as much as I want the 2-star, just for value, to be honest, I think not having the SIGs is really awful. Having seen them, not having SIGs is, like, it just looks like mid. It just looks, like, really cheap. It's like they just put, like, color washing filters on it and, like, call it a day. I'm like, the SIGs make it a little more unique and make it more nice, which is why Hunter and Bleach were cool. Don't know what they're going to do for YuGiOh, but if they do the same thing, that's going to really suck. I don't like serialized cards, to be honest, because as I said earlier, the 3-star in this set is like Yuji Itadori, but you can also pull him as a serialized card, 1 out of 100 only ever printed. Sounds cool, right, for value, but when I look at it, I'm like, this looks like such a mid card, and I don't like serialized cards in general. I know Magic does them, and I don't know if One Piece does them, but I know Magic does. I just think serialized cards are just kind of whatever. Like, I guess they have a number attached that makes them cool. Yes, obviously for value, but I just think it's so stupid. And then we have a Gojo here. All right. Yeah, I just think it's like whatever. Like, I don't think the number means, to me, the number means nothing. I look more at like the art and stuff, right? So, I mean, cool if you, obviously, be great if I pulled one, but it's not like I really want one because I'm gonna play it or something. Like, compared to like the Ichigo one, it's just such a huge difference. Divergent Fist, Nobara. Because, like, the Ichigo one's, like, a sign one. It looks really nice. It's actually a whole alt art. And then, like, you have the Hunter one, too, for Gone. It's just way different. But then this one's just, like, okay, I guess. It's a nice-ish color, but I just don't really see how I would consider... I don't know. Maybe I pull it. If I don't, it's whatever. But, I just look at it, and I just think, like, okay, well... It's not really that special compared to, like, the regular Itadori SR. I think I'd rather just play the regular SR over, like, I don't know, the 3-star, I guess, if I pulled it. And even looking at the 3-star, I look at it and I think this looks more like a 2-star, honestly. If not a 1-star. I don't think it's worth the high mark. I feel like the 3-stars, for how hard they are to pull, should look so good. It should be amazing. I didn't know Mai was an SR. That's really awkward. Because with the pair band in effect... I mean, granted, even with the pair band not in effect, I would still be playing Mai anyways, because it lets you dig more. Because it's just draw 2, sideline 1. But, well, that's actually kind of... Well, I think I'd probably play 2 of her. I think in my build I've been testing online, I think I've been playing 2 of her anyways. So I just need 1 more, which is really annoying. Hollow Purple. But yeah, this has been a fun game, but it's just a typical character card game. So you can see, like, they have cells from, like, the show, right? So it's nothing that special. I'm hoping they do more original art, which is why the alt arts exist, kind of. But even then, like, the alt arts, I guess it depends. Not all of them are that great. Like, so far in JJK's been okay. So this is new. This is not something we had in Bleach and Hunter. So this is a common alt art. So earlier I pulled a Sukuna's Finger. It's just a common card, right? The commons now come in alts, I guess. I don't know how many of them there are. Same with the rares. I don't know how many there are, but this is really nice. You're playing in the meta deck. You're playing 4 of those, obviously, because you need them in the discard. But interesting look, actually, what the hell? That actually looks really... This one actually looks pretty good. I'm surprised. I mean, it's a common parallel. That makes sense. But I think this looks pretty nice, actually. That looks sick. That I'll say is nice. They did not have that for Bleach or Hunter. So I guess that's a new thing here, at least. That comments at parallels. We have a Toto. We have a Yugi. What do I need? I need Yugis. That's what I need. Unless they're only in the structure deck. I actually don't know the entire contents of the structure deck. So we'll have to see how that works. There was a pre-release I was gonna go to, another one, but unfortunately they had to cancel due to the snow here. I'm in the Pacific Northwest. Oh, okay. So this is okay. See, this is what I mean, right? So the 2 stars, they're like alt arts for Bleach and Hunter. They had like signatures, right? They had signatures attached to it, and they were like different colors. These ones are just different colors. I mean, the colors look nice. It looks better on this than the Megumi, but it's still like, I don't know. I just think it's like okay, I guess. I mean, obviously I'm happy to pull one. Super happy because it's one a case, I think, unless they change the rates. But the alt arts are just like okay though, right? Like, I wish there's something more special to it than just the different colors. But obviously that's just my complaint about the rarities. I think the rarities, the higher they are, they should match how hard it is to pull them. But I mean, overall, I still think it looks fine, right? It's not the worst. It's definitely not the worst looking thing for sure, right? It could be a lot worse. And now we have the second AP, so we'll see what this one is. The only thing that... the only thing that's unfortunate about APs is that they replace what could be an SR, or I guess another foil, right? Which is why pulling APs feels kind of meh, especially if you already have your APs. Another AP non-foil. But yeah, like, if I was getting an AP, I would much rather, again, have an SR, because it's a playable card. Because your APs are just, you play 3 of them, choose whatever. I guess if you want to match your decks, that's fine. Personally, I don't care. I just play the same ones I've been playing. At a regional level, I will have to change my APs from Nikkei to, like, an official TCG one, based on the sets I release. But, I mean, until then, I'm just going to keep playing the one that I have. Megumi, that's the first one? Jeez. This is rough. What the heck? I mean, it's not that rough. I mean, I pulled these 2 stars, and I pulled a foil common. See, like, the foil common, I'd probably pay money for, like, a playset of that, right? Because they're never going to hit the Sakuna fingers, because that would be really stupid. It would kind of ruin some other cards in the deck. That's why. But, even if they're not that broken. But, yeah, I guess I have to pay for the foil. Oh, man. Yeah, God. I don't know how much it's going to be, man. And I don't know. I don't know the pull rates. It's so bad. But I'm still not going to get a case of this ever until it comes to a set that I really like, which will, so far, is actually just Nikkei. There are obviously anime that I really like. Quintessential quintuplets. Not quintessential. 100 girlfriends. The 100 girlfriends who really love you. I think that's the whole name of it. But another Yugi nice. But that's another set that I'm looking forward to as well, just because I really like the series, and maybe I get a case of that. Like, that's the only reason I see that. Like, Yu-Gi-Oh's like so different. Like, even if like the set's like fine, like, you'll still get a case because you're like, oh, like, I know people who will want these cards. You could just sell it to them, whatever. But like in a game like this, getting a case is kind of a hard neg. If you don't pull the 3-star, the problem is you just neg, right? Which is really problematic because you're spending a lot more MSRP just for that, just to get less value back. Which is why, obviously, singles is king. But sometimes singles can be just as expensive. Look at Yu-Gi-Oh! With Malice and Ryzeals coming out literally next month. They will probably be pretty expensive for core decks. And because they're deck build packs, there's only like 3 ultras per box. Oh, God. I'm talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! Even though I'm opening UA. That's... man. I mean, that's a whole thing, though. I meant to say I was going to open crossover breakers. I'm considering getting a case. I do want to build Ryzeals and Malice, though mostly Ryzeals. But sometimes just, I think, value-wise, like, if you're getting singles and you're getting core sets, and if they're like 4 to 500 a core, if that's what people are selling them for, it might just be better to get a case for like 750, right? Pull what you need, sell what you don't want, all that stuff. And I don't generally care about high rarities unless it's decks I really like or cards I really like. Hence why I have like a Dia Bellstar QCRs, but I don't have like wanted QCRs because I like the Dia Bellstar card, waifu, all that stuff too. But I think it looks really nice as QCR. And our foil is Megumi. Okay. Yeah. But Yep, just so you know. Why is it foil APs on the top? What is happening? They really want me to switch my APs, and I don't want to. I'm sorry. I like Nikkei way more. I don't want the other foil. It's weird because I pulled a foil AP. I pulled the Byakuya from Bleach, but I can already tell it's not even a foil. I'll just show it now. At this point, I'm just going to pull an actual playset. The other issue is the AP would replace another foil, not just an SR. It could have been a rare, which, I guess, like, if you open a lot. Like, the rares are cheap, granted, to be fair, but even the APs are hella cheap, too. Like, again, the foils are the only things that are worth money. These APs here, while only available in the box sets, aren't really worth that much. But again, I'm talking value-wise. Of course, if you want to open for the fun of opening, always, you know, if you have, obviously, if you have the financials to do it, do it. I think it's very fun, but if you're trying to pull certain stuff, it's not worth it. Another 2-cost Sukuna. Great. Maybe I do play him. I just don't, I just think that on plays whatever. 2 fingers, it's like, you bounce 1. If there's 2 or 3 fingers in the sideline, then it's 2. And if there's 4, then it's like 3. I've been told locally, like, oh, dude, like, imagine you get 4 fingers, you can bounce up to 3. I'm like, yeah, but you're never gonna get 4 fingers. Like, the games where these go somewhat fast, rounds are only, it's only best of 1, and it's only like 2 rounds. Oh, no, sorry, it's only 1 round. Oh, not 1 round. It's 1 game, best of 1. A best of 1, 30-minute rounds. That's what I meant to say. I'm just all over the place. Which is why it feels kind of weird playing some of these cards. Like, you're never gonna, like, deck out. That's not really a thing. There's no cards. There's some cards that, like, make you discard from your opponent's, like, top of the deck and stuff. But, like, you're never really gonna deck out. If you deck out, then that's an issue on deck building, to be honest. Because I played enough where I'm like, dude, I've never decked out. Ever. I've never even gotten close. And I was playing, like, purple Ichigo, or purple Bleach, which is just mill the hell out of your deck and then use the sideline as resources, right? JHK is the same thing if you're playing an Nanami build, but if you're playing like a Nanami Sukuna build. But the problem is, like, again, like, you have to mill till like you're at 15 cards, and that's like realistically not going to happen in most games when they go by pretty fast, especially if your opponent is playing pretty aggro. So the problem is, like, that kind of strategy is fun if you can get it going. Yes, like, you're probably gonna win at that point because you're Nanami busted. He's like impact damage too, and he's at 5k. But realistically, like, in most games, you're not going to get that far out where you're going to be that low in deck count and your opponent won't have already won or is not going to be in sight of winning, I guess. Okay, so we pulled a Mojito, we pulled a Maki, we pulled an AP. So that's 2 SRs. Ember. I mean, with all the common cards, man, so much bulk. I need to just kind of give this stuff away. The bulk's not going to ever make me any money, to be honest, as sad as it is. Which, I mean, you know, it is a card game. Technically, people will be mad if you say, oh, I'm just trying to make money. It's like, I play the game, but it's like, I might as well get some money back while I'm at it. Like, there's no point in not doing that. Divine Dog, Nobra, Panda, Sukuna. That's a Sukuna you play for sure, though. That one. It's a 5-cost 1 AP. The AP is, like, so weird, though. You only have 3, and, like, using a 2 AP cost is always pretty bad. Like, that's why that other Sukuna, while it's okay, 2 AP makes it really awful. Like, you generate energy somewhat fast in blue, but that AP cost is the worst part. I remember I'm playing locals. I know people who are playing Bleach. They're playing, like, the 2-cost 5-color Renji. Not because they have to, because they want to, because they think it's good. I'm like, oh, brother. Also, I got an AP in this pack, so let's see what non-foil it's going to be. You know, Toge, Boogie Woogie, and non-foil. I think at this point, I might actually have places of AP cards. And it's weird because, again, I guess the rules will be strictly enforced by regionals. And the next regionals is in freaking Florida. I considered going to it, but Florida's kind of expensive to go to. Well, not like super, super expensive, obviously. Not like Hawaii levels, but it's still pretty expensive. And I'm like, I don't know how much I really want to go. If I have other friends I want to go, for sure, I would, like, consider it. But also, it's like, in March, I plan on going to Vegas for the YuGiOh 3v3. But with the Florida one, like, 2 weeks away, it's just kind of awkward. Also, I have to think about, like, time off and stuff and all that. But that's usually never an issue for me. I mean, I work at, you know, whatever, so my time off is fine. But Just do I want to take that time off for that? Granted, their side events are pretty nice. They're just union battles, so I just like literally just try and farm those. But farm is a strong word because who knows how easy they're gonna be. There's gonna be a bunch of competitive players anyways. But I mean, granted, the locals here in Pacific Northwest is pretty competitive. When it comes to TCGs, actually in general, we're pretty competitive up here. In terms of I guess results, pretty okay. But yeah, pretty competitive. So it's not like it's just free wins or like easy matches every time at locals. It's like actually a struggle. Sometimes you get that sweat, and you sweat for like a $15 card, I guess. Like, cool, I won. Now I get a CC that's like $15. That's kind of cool, I guess. I spent 7 to get 15. That's like value. But again, this is a luck-based game, so it's not like you really have to sweat that much. You literally just open a decent hand and you'll do well. Open a good hand, you probably win. I don't know. Megami, Auri, Toto. Alright. Choose one other character in both lines. And then I don't even know what deck I want. I mean, blue is meta, but Boogie Woogie Central for purple. Kind of funny. Yellow's garbage, but I might just build it anyways. Again, like, I'm opening enough at this point that I could probably just build most decks. I don't think I can build every deck is the problem. But, people show. Okay. Sorry, I just got a Discord message. Yeah. Oh! Wait, what is the pull rate? There's 2 of these? Well, first of all, wait, there's no way. This is the second one that's a common. And it's a common parallel? So what? There's like, this is not the only. What are the chances that it is the 2 exact same common parallels? There's no way there's only one of them, right? Because like, we got like parallel rares, and there are several of them. There has to be several parallel commons also, right? Like, there's no way there's not. It just happened to be 2 of the same. That's kind of crazy, actually. But unless these are the only ones, in which case, okay, fair game. But again, I'm opening 8 boxes, so half a case. And then I also picked out my boxes as well. I wasn't just like the top 8 or whatever. Because I always like picking out boxes because I'm superstitious and stupid like that. But, okay, let's actually organize these out. Wait, that's actually kind of awkward, right? Because I didn't really pull SR alt arts. Well, the first one, that one's blue. Yeah, I could really pull. I pulled Aoi, I never pronounce it right. Toto, Nobura, Kento, Maki, Sukuna. And I pulled the alt art Sukuna's fingers. Okay, so yeah, 2 APs, 5 SRs, and then 1 alt, which was a common, I guess. I mean, I did pull the 2-star, so to be fair, I can't really complain too much. I pulled it earlier, but you know, I would have, another altar would be nice. I would pull out the other altars just to show you guys this, because obviously I haven't done union stuff on this channel yet, but I do plan on doing that. Maybe gameplay, but again, mostly box opening, because that's like all I do, to be honest, because addiction, all that stuff. Mojito box topper, okay. Like, the altars that aren't SIGs just feel kind of weird to me. I just keep complaining about that, I know, but it just sucks. Plus, like, I guess, like, depends on the box, so the box prices, right? This is, like, 70, 75 a box, so somewhat expensive, right? Like, I think it's kind of, it's, like, same as, like, a YuGiOh core set, assuming it's not, like, scalped and, like, bought out to hell, but, it can be kind of pricey for boxes. I know right now, Code Geass, obviously, it's still pre-sales. We don't see that for a couple weeks, but they were, like, 95, 90, 100 a box, which is crazy, but, people are just buying it out. I'm like, why? I don't think it's worth that much, but okay. And then we have, so this is new too. So this, I don't know if the camera focus. It says U, so it's an uncommon. So it would be, yeah, because I guess the regular cards here, like the non-foils, they come in common and uncommon. So I guess you could pull parallel uncommons as well. I didn't know that. This is new to me because this is not a thing that was in Bleach or Hunter x Hunter, right? So, I guess they got rid of SIGs, but they gave you chances to pull for alt arts, for uncommons and commons, which is kind of cool, but I still like the SIGs way more. Like, their tournament packs, so it always goes back to Yu-Gi-Oh! I swear to God. Yu-Gi-Oh's tournament packs are pretty bad. They're only like 3 cards. But you can pull like higher rarities for certain cards, right? It's like higher foils for cards that are usually like just commons or whatever. Pokemon obviously is the best, not even close, because all of the cards that you get in their packs and stuff for locals and stuff is all playable stuff, just generically playable stuff too. This so far, UA has been, oh, I already saw it. It's not even a foil AP, but it's a new one, I think. So nice. But UA is different. So I'll actually show it right now because I have it right here. Sorry, let me pull this out. So locals, you get one of these. It's 4 cards in the pack, and it's like basically like a little promo thing. You always get them every locals. Everyone gets them. And they get one foil. No, they get one AP pack, which 2 of the 8 per kit are foil. Which sounds cool, but then you're like, how much of this is playable? Like, if you don't care about these cards for your deck, like that Renji I just showed, I don't even play that in my purple deck. I think it's garbage, but some people do, so I guess it's nice. But oh, there's another Sukuna. That's nice. But like that's their playable cards. There's no variation. There's no variety. There's no like higher foils for cards, which I think Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon do it best. Where I don't know enough about One Piece and Bandai games, but based on UA so far and the amount of locals I've been to, I just think that Yu-Gi-Oh does it nice, that they can foil upgrade other stuff. Although Yu-Gi-Oh is still garbage and that's only 3 cards a pack, so who gives a shit? But Pokemon is like all playable cards. A lot of stuff can be foils, and they even have value too. Granted, Yu-Gi-Oh has some value, but usually the value is only in like the ulti that you pull. This one's like the only value is like in the winner cards, right? So you'll have actually right here. So a winner card looks like this, right? There's 4 of them, and it's only top 4, obviously in order from 1st to 4th. You gotta choose which winner card you want. But like most of them aren't worth anything. The CC is a waifu and it's for code YuGiOh. So of course people will want that one the most because it's actually worth the most. Everything else is worth nothing. Also, I just saw it. Not another foil AP. Again, I just can't complain. I did pull the 2-star, right? It feels weird because like it's annoying to not get the foil AP. It's whatever. To be fair, I did get 8 boxes only. So maybe I should have just bought the whole case at that point, right? Okay, Eliminate Void, Divine Domain, okay, and then Toge. Some of these choices are actually kind of funny. Toge's not bad. It's a Nullify Impact, and he has Impact. And then you pay an AP to give all characters in your front line 1k. He only has 3k most, I guess, unless you boost him another way, but Impact and Nullify Impact, kind of good. I guess it's like pressure. Yellow is like okay still, though. Yellow just kind of in an awkward spot. They don't have enough cards to make them good. It's just not compared to like Kyoto School and stuff where it has like a swap, like a Hisoka basically. It can just swap your front and your opponent's like front and energy line, like a character card from both. But yellow is just kind of like, from what I understand, at least for the main yellow deck, it's literally just Megumi Shikigamis. So you shit out bodies and you rush your opponent, which to me is a strategy that works, but it just feels like Rush Renji, which I think is a terrible deck, to be honest. When people are like, oh, this is the best deck, I'm like, this is just purple bleach. It's the same thing. You just rush out stuff. You were always doing that. I guess Rush Renji is really just a purple deck. Yeah, there's nothing special about it. You're just playing, like, huge amounts of, like, what do you call it? You're just playing a bunch of raids. That's about it. There's nothing special to it. It's just a typical aggro deck, but like any aggro deck, you just die to control. So, imagine putting everything into gas and then just dying the next turn because the control deck just beats you out on a slower pace. Granted, like, the curve is pretty good on Purple Bleach, but, I mean, it's just Purple Bleach, right? Just hope that they just brick and stuff, which they do sometimes. Sometimes you just don't have the bodies to raid on, so you just have to play them as, like, 4Ks. That's the other problem with Purple. It's just 4K bodies, so who cares, right? It's weird because Purple Bleach is, like, the best deck, technically, like, or at least one of the best decks. I think it's, even though that's my only deck I've been playing because I didn't build the other ones, it feels honestly mid because there's no control aspects. You only have removal, and then just 4K bodies means that anything with more than 4K really sucks. You can't get over it. So the only way to get over 4K, anything that's over 4K, is using removal spells, right? Like Getsugas, right? Or going like the 5C Ichigo. That's like the only way to get rid of those. Otherwise, it's like, well, you're not really going to do anything to them. They're just going to kill you every turn because they're like 500 more or whatever. It's really stupid. I don't think part 2 introduces a 5k to the Purple Bleach. They give him nicer tools, but they don't give him 5Ks, which is their problem. But I guess with how Purple Bleach works, giving them a 5K would be kind of broken, I guess. Although, to be fair, again, no control. It's only removal. And the removals can be really awkward. Because it's just like Getsuga's or like the 5C Ichigo's, right? And it's like the 5C Ichigo's, like, you have to build enough in your sideline to actually take advantage of that. Which, like, doesn't always happen. But, alright. That was 4 boxes. Oh my god. Oh, man. What time is it? It is 1:27 right now. I have time. I have time to build the actual deck I'm going to play later today at the regular locals, because it is legal today. But I believe it's legal, yeah, because it's official release, so it is technically legal, unless the TO says otherwise. But the pre-release I'm going to also starts at 4. I should have enough time to build a deck. I just have to re-sleeve everything. Okay. So 5 boxes in, right? I pulled in the Nami, Asukuna, Gojo, Toge, and then Mahito, and then a Kasumi, I think I pulled a Kasumi. And then also the foil. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. The foils so far have been pretty good. So far, these box openings have been pretty good. It was 75 a box. And, like, the box's average is, like, 70. So I technically paid $5 over. But, I mean, to get these on pre-order. Sure, I guess, technically. Although, even then, it's not even pre-order. It doesn't even matter. You just get 5 I mean, I got 8 guaranteed boxes, I guess. To be fair, if they got bought out, I would still have 8. But, you know, it is what it is, right? Okay. Another box topper. Hoping for Yuji Kento. I'll take the Kento. Which is interesting, because Kento is also one of the winner cards for the event. I don't know. I hope this game, I think, is really good. Not really good. I think it's a good game. It's fun. I hope they expand it more to do more stuff. Because I don't know if anyone saw. Because obviously I've been doing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is new for Union. Anyone who's watching this who does know Union, I'm sure you've seen the post of what the Union card. Oh, okay. SR Ultra. What? Jeez, it's been a while since I pulled one. The Kento's nice, but when was the last time I pulled the SR Plus? What the hell? Jeez. Jesus. It's been a long time since I actually pulled an SR Plus. Yeah, that was like the first box. And now we're on the 6th box. Jesus Christ. Okay, anyways, so they showed off the pricing for the championship, and it's like a playmat. Now, if you've been to stores, you've probably seen what it looks like. It's the scrolls or the posters that stores have up that shows like the next 6 sets, right? So it'd be like it's like Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, JJK, Code Geass, One Punch Man, and then Demon Slayer. That is what the playmat looks like. It's just section columns of each of the sets. That's what the playmat looks like for the champion. I think it looks like such a lame playmat, and I'm thinking that's not the only prize. I would hope, because if that's the only prize, then no one's going to even try. Because then what is the point? It's a lame looking playmat for something that's for a champion, someone who beat everyone else, and that's your prize. Jeez, at that point, you could almost say that it's worse than Yu-Gi-Oh. But again, I'm saying surely they have better pricing, right? I'm sure there's more pricing to it, right? Because I know JP, they gave him like gold cards specifically for the champion, which is really cool. Nice, a parallel rare. So this is our second parallel. This will be the only other parallel. So the rest will be like SRs and stuff probably. That's for Mahito. I am not going to build Cursed Spirits probably. So rip to that. As much as I like Geto, the only Geto I'm going to play is the part 2 one. That's because it's just young Geto. Young Geto. I guess Geto. I guess call him Geto. But anyways, it's young Geto and the Gojo. That's the deck that I would play. That's also because, I mean, I actually liked... not Zero. I don't know. It's season 2 technically. It's not Zero. That's the movie that introduced Yuki or whatever. No, it's just the young versions of them. That's why I play them. But also, to be fair, I'd also be playing why can I not remember his name? That's really awkward. Toji. That's it. I'd be playing Toji too. God, these are so hard to open. What the hell? Goodwill Event, Junpei, Panda. I almost want to build all these decks now, but I need sleeves. That means I have to get more sleeves, and I'm ending myself. Kento and Bahito. Yeah, 7 cards from your sideline to remove whatever you do, draw 3 cards. Yeah. It'll be interesting though, this format. This is introducing a new 3 decks, 4, 5, whatever. Is introducing more IPs, which is really nice because right now it's been obviously been pretty stale because we've only had 2 sets, Hunter and Bleach. So, you know, obviously there's not gonna be a lot going on. Everyone's gonna be on purple Bleach meta or like green Kurapika, right? Or even blue Hunter. It's just the same decks. But as we get more and more sets, the game will be a lot more fun as there will be a lot more variety. You'll still see people on the older stuff like Bleach and like Hunter, yeah. But then you'll also see people on like the newer decks. So you'll have a lot more variety at locals at least, which is really nice. But because I know I've heard a lot of people ask me like, oh, locals, like, oh, when's this set releasing? Will they have this? And it's like, yeah, we may have them. We do know like January will be Demon Slayer. February, I believe, is One Punch Man. March is... I actually don't remember what March is. I think April... No, late March is Black Clover, I believe. April, I don't know. We have Full Metal Alchemist, but they haven't given release date for that. And then we have May. We have Bleach Part 2, and we have Sword Art Online. And then, based on leaks, we have JJK Part 2 in June. We have a lot of sets coming out. Personally, I am going to build... For sure, YuGiOh's coming out. Mostly just get one deck, the meta deck. And then Demon Slayer for sure. I want to build all the decks. And then there's going to be SAO, which I also want to just probably build all the decks. I need to actually look at them again just to make sure. I know I want to build a Kirito Asuna deck. But then they have the Part 2 in Japan right now that's releasing. And they have like Sinon and Admin, which I really want to build. I think we have Leafa in Part 1 actually. So, but luckily I'm not that much of a fan of like the Elf arc. That's what I'm just going to call it. I know there's an actual name, but I just don't remember it. But it's kind of weird because SAO Part 2 introduces a ordinal scale and then progressive, like the 2 movies. So we'll get to play like not Yuki. Damn, why can't I not remember it? This really sucks. Also, I don't doesn't matter. We know it's not foil. Why am I even bothering? They also introduced more Aincred art cards, which is interesting. I thought they'd have it all for Part 1, but I guess no, they're just going to bring it for Part 2. So that should be really fun. Yeah, this game will be a lot more fun when we have more sets. You'll see more variety at locals, and you'll have a lot more IPs that people will be interested in playing. It's also very simple to learn. The nice thing about the games like this, it's really easy to learn. To play is like okay. It's not super hard, to be very honest. It's really easy. Anyone can. But another not for why did I even wait? Yeah, it just depends on release dates, because obviously it'll be month by month for now, so it'll be kind of slow. And if there's still stuff that you're waiting for that haven't been announced yet, then it's kind of rough. But the game is relatively cheap enough that it doesn't matter. Like for the best deck before, which was, you know, I guess was gonna be Purple Bleach, which it still could be. It's still very good anyways. But the best deck is like less than $50, I think, for the best deck. And that's because you're running 4 of a card that's like $10, right? Everything else is like hella cheap. Maybe 75 at the very most. Okay? 75 at the very most, but it's going to be below that. You compare that to a lot of other games. Even Pokemon, like the best decks are not that expensive, but they can be pretty expensive. Like some of the staples are worth several dollars. I think at one point Earth and Vessel was like $5, right? And then like the playsets of cards that you need, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. Terapagos, Pikachu, they're all they can be pretty expensive. Granted, it's still cheap. It's like less than 100 usually, but still more expensive than this. One Piece, compared to other Bandai games, this is not the cheapest. I think, I want to say Dragon Ball's cheaper, but I'm actually not entirely sure. Can't be 100%, might not be 100% correct for that, but, yeah, we have One Piece, which is way more expensive, obviously. It's just a lot of the SRs can just be really expensive. They just be like $30, and you need like playsets or whatever. I don't know. And then obviously none of this shit compares to Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh. Magic's really expensive. That's already known. Yu-Gi-Oh is like hella expensive. The current format is like $1,000 for like the best deck, and that's because it's like 3 Dominus, 3 Molchimes, Perulias, and Fuwalos, just for the staple hand traps and stuff. That's it. It's not even the core deck. The core deck itself is probably like several hundreds, like 300 or something. But like the staples alone is like the most of the cost. Granted, they'll be reprinted next year, sure. But like, you know, it's still really expensive format. So we got Nobara. Banger. Did we get all 6? I think we have. I would be surprised if I hadn't. I don't know if I want to. I'm not going to fully. The thing about these games is that like, even though like it is relatively cheap to get into. Not a foil, of course, but that's a new AP. Cool. The thing is that, like, the high rarities get to be pretty expensive. Again, not compared to Yu-Gi-Oh, but this is a game that has, like, cards in several high rarities, right? It's not just, like, one, which is nice. Pokemon has, like, the same thing, too, and so do other card games. But, the high rarities can be really expensive. Like, imagine trying to build blue JJK and getting a playset of the Yugis. The signatures. So you would need 4 signatures or 4 of the 3-star non-sigs, not signatures, the serialized cards. And it's like, well, you're going to be spending like $5,000 plus just for that alone. If you love this IP though, that's the thing about these games, these character card games. If you love the IP, then that's not a problem, right? Because, like, Weiss is the same thing. Although people don't really play Weiss, from what I understand, as sad as it is, people mostly get it to collect, which is fair. I like their signatures a lot. I have several, both English and Japanese, but mostly people just collect it. They don't play it at all, as sad as it might be. It's similar to this. It's a character card game, but it's just, from the things I've seen, it's a lot more complicated than this game. This game is just a lot simpler to get into, and it's essentially the same thing. But they're, like, high rarities, and the SIGs are not as cool as Weiss, so... Which is unfortunate, because Weiss just announced stuff for Nikkei, which I really love, and their SIGs and stuff are so cool. But, you know, obviously it's for Weiss, it's not for Union, right? Which is unfortunate. Although Nikkei will have some pretty cool SIGs anyways, because it's actual alt arts, right? Like, the alt arts, like, you want to see from stuff like this is, like, stuff that makes them look different. Not just them in their regular clothes, but just different, like, color filter over it, right? Like, I think they could have done a lot more with, like, the Toge. They could have done a lot more with this SR Plus. They could have done a lot more than this. Yeah, it's different from the regular base Mojito, but, like, I feel like they could have done a little more than that, right? It just looks okay. But, again, it's character card game, so if you love it, then it's not a problem. No problem with me. I just personally don't like them. Hello. Actually, yeah, I need to look at my deck list, actually, because I need to see how I want to build this. And then I'll make adjustments to it really quickly. I think my locals is allowing this. I've been playing Purple Bleach for, like, since the very start. And I have been borrowing friends' decks to, like, try out other stuff. Mostly, it's just been Bleach. I haven't played Hunter because I don't care about that too much. But, like, I've been playing, like, yellow Stern Ritters and, like, green Bleach, Toshiro Rush. They've been fine. They've been more fun than just playing Purple Bleach all the time. But, I mean, obviously you play Purple Bleach if you just want to win. So. Kisame, Straw Doll, Junpei, Jogo, Satoru, Playful, Malevolent. This is such a weird card because I've had people locally say, like, it's, like, a good card. Which it is, kind of. But also, like, why would you ever play, like, more than one? Because the problem with a card like that is it only works against... This card like this already exists, but they only work for, like, one character, which I think is garbage. If you're relying on one character to get anything going, I think it's, like, not good. You wouldn't want to play more than one copy of that. Technically, you can stack them if you have 2 of these, but, like, you're using a one Sukuna, which if it gets removed, then it's, like, sucks. Parallel Rare Ghetto. I've been getting a lot of purples. I feel like they want me to build Curse Spirits at this point. Which I guess at this point, I might just honestly build the Curse Spirits, maybe. I mean, I have, like, most of the cards. I don't know if I have all of them. Do even... Oh, God. Okay. I was ready to just dismiss that and be like, it's not a foil. It is a foil. Granted. Okay, so here's the perfect example. This is what the foil looks like. It's just a shiny version of it. So I'll pull the other one out. So the left is the foil. The right is not. This is a case. Imagine pulling this. Are you going to be happy? Yes, because it's worth money. But at the same time, not really. The way I see it is it's just shiny. Like, what the heck? It's just a shiny card. That's all it is. Like, I love my shiny cards. Don't get me wrong. I have so many QCR Starlights, you would not believe it. But when it's stuff like that, man, it's just a foil border and it's a case. Are you kidding me? That's not that exciting to pull. Like, granted, yes, it's cool to pull for value, but I would have much rather pull, like, another Sukuna or something, to be honest. Something that's, well, it'd be worth less, but it's more playable at least. Foil APs are just, like, if people really want them, sure, but, like, how much are they willing to pay for it, right? Alright, Maki Slaughter. Panda, Nobra, Ratio, Domain, Yugi, Ulti, Mojito. Whoops. I do have to kind of look into deck building more for like yellow and purple, both, because like I kind of just built on my own. Oh, this is the first one. Maybe this would be nicer in the foil. And I'm not just saying that because Nobra is waifu, but and what was I saying? Oh yeah, I need to look into deck building more though for these cards. Not these cards. These decks. Blue, I think I'm pretty set on. Maybe some small adjustments here and there, but yellow and purple, I just need to look more because there's not really a lot of lists to go on because they're not that good, unfortunately. In terms of tier lists, when it comes to deck building, people mostly build the top decks. They don't look at the lower tier decks as much, which is unfortunate because if you're trying to get advice on them, then it's like, oh, it's kind of awkward because not many people are going to give too much advice on it because they don't play it, right? Kyoto's kind of interesting, but again, a lot of stuff is just, these are our initial cards. This is how it's going to shape out the format, but part 2 changes a lot of things because part 2 adds a lot more cards that either help a certain strategy or they just change it entirely, which I'm not against. Like some strategies are just like not good and they just don't work, right? But most of the time it's just gonna be strategies that enhance the capabilities of the current strategy that's going on. So like purple bleach, it actually changes it almost entirely. Instead of just going off of sideline and then removing from there, you're playing a squad 0 build, which depends on the cards that are removed, and then you get effects based on that, right? So it works a lot differently. But all right, that is not the last box. We're about to hit the last box. We are an hour in this video. Jesus. Okay. After this video's over, I gotta upload it right away. Give it some fun. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video. I could be like finger looking good. Finger licking good. Do you think I get? I don't think I get like a strike, right? If I just said finger looking good, right? I guess they have a trademark KFC, but like, surely they won't go after me, right? I am a small channel with like 2 subscribers and like 10 viewers on average. I don't think they'll go after me, right? I think it'll be fine. I think I can get away with it. I think I'll just call it finger licking good. I think that's gonna be the title of this video. Who knows? Maybe I'll change it. But we're in the last box, and then we will open the structure decks after, right? Because, like I said earlier, the structure decks also have RNGs to it. I have never seen it in person, but actually, I'll talk more about it when I get to it. Last card, Yugi, perfect. This is the best way to go out, right? I say go out, but I'm also opening structure decks, so never mind. But that's the best way to end the first box. I need 2 more of those, though. I'm gonna get foil Yugis for sure. Stuff like that's gonna be cheap enough that I'm fine getting the foils, but I'm not going to max rarity because I think that shit's stupid. Like, imagine max rarity a deck, max raritying a deck, and then, like, scrubbing out and going, like, X3 or X4 at the locals. That's gotta be so sad. I mean, granted, yes, you're obviously maxing it out because you like the cards and stuff, but still, I'm like, you're gonna deck it out. You got the money for the decks. Surely you know how to play the decks, right? And you don't scrub out. Granted, it's luck-based, but I see all the time in Yu-Gi-Oh! People, like, bring out decks, and they just don't do well with it. And I'm just like, that kind of sucks. Or, like, they don't know how to play the deck. I've seen that way too many times. Not just Yu-Gi-Oh, but, like, other games. People will max worthy or, like, bling out their decks, but they don't know how to play it. I'm like, hey, I guess if you like the look of it, sure. But I'm like, damn, what a waste of actual money. To have the disposable income to bling out your entire deck, not know how to play it. Oh, man. At least learn how to play the deck, please. Please. Oh, how much it? Okay. Straw Doll, Yunjin, Jogo, Satoru, Playful, Ratio, Nue, Masamichi. It's gonna be really awkward because I only have enough sleeves really for like 1 deck. I guess technically more, but then I have these like terrible sleeves, right? But if I'm not allowed to play this tonight, that's really awkward. I'd have to, I guess, borrow someone else's deck, which is fine, but I really want to play this deck. I imagine people will probably let me play this deck though, just because they'll want to practice against it. So we'll see how that goes. Sakuna, Panda. Overall, the box has been pretty good. I don't know all the parallels, so I'm curious what I could have pulled, right? I imagine Gojo is a 2-star. I imagine Megumi. Yeah, Megumi is a 2-star. Yuji is a 2-star. Nobra, probably a 2-star, maybe. I think Geto's a 2-star also, I believe. I don't remember how many 2-stars there are, but again, this is a set that's doing things a lot differently, so it's kind of hard to tell how it's what they're gonna have, but I'm sure there's a whole set list that people have. Mekamaru, Maki, Jogo, Satoru. That's such a funny card. Just when attacking, draw a card. I think that's such a terrible effect. Why is it when attacking? They should just be on play. I guess to be fair, it's still on the field. You can go like +2 or +1 at least, but still. Shrine, Yuji, Jogo. Oh, another one? Now I need one more. Fuck, I'm killing myself. I need one more. Oh my god. This is so... The first one was a surprise. I was not planning on pulling more than one. I didn't even think I don't know the pull rates. This is 8 boxes, right? And I pulled 3. So my assumption is the pull rate's probably like 4 to 5. But then they're all fingers. Is finger the only common parallel? There's no way they make the finger like a common... There's no way that's the only one. They have to have others. That would be kind of weird. It looks nice, but that'd be weird if that was the only one. I already know I can't pull a foil AP anyways, because I already pulled one and it's 1 per case. We'll still just go through it like this. Yeah, I just saw it. I already knew it's not a foil anyways. Man, that's gonna be so... God, I'm gonna get another thing. I'm sure it'll be cheap. If it's really, really expensive, I'm just gonna sell them all. I don't care. As nice as it looks, I'm just gonna sell them. I'm better off selling it than keeping it, to be honest. And someone on the Discord just said they got a good box. They probably pulled like... Man, I really got 8 boxes for a 2-star. And people will pull like a 3-star out of 1 box or even a few packs. God. That's so cringe. I mean, I was rewarded. I got a 2-star, but with how much I spent on this, absolutely not. There is no value coming back from this. It's still fun to open boxes, but there is no value. There is no value from this at all. That's the sad thing about these games. You'd think like for a new game, like there'd be a lot of value, but nope. They printed enough of this where they're like, damn. Yeah, good luck getting value out of this. You're not getting shit. I know someone who opened the case. They opened the case with Bleach, but that's because they really like Bleach. Which, you know, fair. But you were not making your money back. Ever. Unless you pull like a 3-star. But like the 3-star was so hard to pull. It's so stupid. Like 1 every 5 cases. Jesus Christ, what the hell? What, they expect you to buy that many cases? No. And the serial cards? God. I don't know how Code Geass is going to be. I sincerely hope it's not serialized. I hope they go back to SIGs because I don't like serial cards. I think they're really lame. And then I think they just need more, they just need to bring back the SIGs. But then also keep like, you can do SIGs and you can also do, like, the parallel uncommons and commons. It's not like they have to choose one or the other. But I guess they were just trying to experiment because it is a new card game. I just think, take all of it. Get rid of the SIGs, though. I think the SIGs are really stupid. Or not, I keep saying SIGs. Get rid of the serial cards. I think those are really stupid. Especially when they don't look any different. And all it is just a number in, like, the bottom left, right? It's like 1 of 100. Like, I think that's just super lame, to be honest. Yuji, Bobo, Megami, Kento, and Mahito. Okay, so let me organize all of this real quick. That was all the boxes. So now we have the structure decks, and I can actually look at the structure deck, right? Oh. Messed that up. Okay, yellow here. Yeah, I'll build blue tonight. Not tonight. I'll build it in right after this, actually, because it is 2 o'clock. We are getting close to the time, so. All right, we'll put this here. So that's all the boxes. These are all the rares. I don't even remember what I've pulled anymore from this box. But we have a stack of goddamn rares. So there's that. I should have everything for the deck. If I don't, I'm actually going to cry. Off of 8. Imagine not building a deck out of 8 boxes. We have enough Sukunas, I believe. We have... No, that'll be from the structure decks. That'll be for later. Okay, so just a recap of what I pulled. The big pulls, right? We have the foil AP, right? Granted, that game is the lamest one of all of them, but I mean, foil AP. We have a Sukuna's Finger. We have the parallel rare. We have an SR plus, right? We have the another SR plus. No, I'm sorry. That's also parallel. That's Mojito. We have an uncommon parallel. We have another Sukuna's Finger. We have the 2-star Yuji. Another Finger. Another Geto. A Satoru. And then a Todo. So far, it was 2 Alt-Art SRs. 1 uncommon. 3 commons. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 parallel rares. So that's based on 8 boxes. I would have to know what the other boxes would have, but I mean, these boxes are fine so far, especially pulling the 2-star. But I'd have to know what the other 8 boxes have. If they're still there, maybe. I don't know if I want to get them, actually. Too much of a risk. But depending on what the other boxes have, we could get more accurate rates on that. So that'll be actually really nice. But now it's time for the structure deck. So these structure decks are interesting. They have cards exclusive to the structure deck, which means you cannot get them in the regular set. And for this, you definitely need them if you're going to build blue, because it is a blue deck. So, how this works is 50 cards, I believe. Does it say in the box? Yeah, it's 50 cards and 3 APs. The SRs can be alt arts, right? But so can the foils. Now, I don't know the actual rate. There's people who've opened cases and not pulled a single one, which sucks. This card sucks. I'm not playing him. You play 4 of these for sure. So I'm actually just going to pull these out now. We have 4 of those. We have Satoru's. Actually, you know what? I won't pull them out now. I'm just going to do it when I deck build later. We have Megumi's. Masamichi Yaga is a different one. We have Divergent Fist also, but they have a foil one in the set. So another Sukuna's Fingers, but you can tell it looks different. Let me see if I can actually pull... Actually, I'll just pull from here. So you can see this is what the Sukuna's Finger looks like from the box set, but this is what it looks like from the structure deck. So they look a lot different. They function the same, but they look a lot different. So, and the common one also looks like that too. So, I mean, it just depends on which one you want to play the most. But, yeah, they just have different alt arts for certain cards that are also in the main set. But just the structure decks have certain cards that are exclusive to it. Domain expansion is the same. The Yuji, I believe, is a foil too. Nobra, I'm pretty sure has a foil too. Good, the Gojo's, that's a terrible card. This sucks. Why would anyone play that? Okay, so this is the Sukuna. That's a 4-star. So one of them is common, so it's no foil. The other one is a foil, but the foil can be an alt art. I don't know what the alt art for this looks like. I've never seen one in person. I know there are alt arts for structure decks. It's just not a common thing. We have Megumi. We also have a foil for him because it's not just the raids. It's like the other big card or whatever for the set. I don't know. We have the Jujutsu High, first years. Yeah, and then it's 3 AP cards. None of them are foil. Okay, so we did not get lucky, and we didn't pull a foil. That's fine. I'm not expecting a foil. It's fine if we don't pull one. Because I know the rate has to be really ass. Because again, I know people, and I've seen people, I think someone did a video on it actually online, where they opened a case of this, and I believe a case is like, I want to say 12 of the structure decks or something. No. A case is like 8 of them, I think. So they opened the case, but they didn't pull a single alt or foil AP. So I am ruining this box. The resale value is completely gone. So again, I don't know the rates. I imagine it's probably 1 every like few cases or something. I don't know. Maybe it is like, no, it should be 1 a case, but the person I saw open didn't get a single one. So, okay. We just beat this, get through this, and our foils are regular. So just 4 Sukunas, and then the regular Megumi. And then the APs are also foils. So we did not get lucky with the structure decks. That is fine. We aren't here for the foils for the structure decks. They're just mostly to show it off. But yes, this is how it works for every structure deck. They will have cards exclusive to the structure deck, which is, as it's kind of unfortunate if you think about it, just because like you then have to get a structure deck. They make you buy it. But I mean, I guess you could get a chance at the foil, which is kind of cool. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the structure decks, though. But that's it. That's all I have for the openings. I hope you enjoyed this. This is first time doing Union. I do want to do more of this. I want to do gameplay eventually, but right now it's just going to be openings because that's all I really do because I enjoyed it the most. But I hope you enjoyed that. I think the polls are pretty good so far. Value-wise, not even close, but it is what it is, right? That said, hope you enjoyed the video, and I will... The next time I do opening is probably... No, it'll be Code Geass, because Code Geass releases. I'll do some openings for that, and then I'll do crossover breakers as well, because I do want to open that as well, because I want to play Rise Heals and stuff. But that said, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the polls, because that UG looks okay. If only it was a SIG. Whatever.